Hello and welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Arthritis Show. We're sitting down here chatting with Dr. Maye. Dr. Maye is a naturopathic physician, and he's doing excellent work here in South Florida. Roman, I think you had a question for Doc.
About omega-3 or supplements. Yes. Doctor, does it make a difference the source of the supplement, whether it be synthetically made or you actually get it from the foods? Do you get the same effect? Molecularly, are they structured the same? Are they both left-handed?
I don't believe so. I believe that the answer to that question is that the body is engineered to absorb natural food. That the synthetic quality of anything, whether it's herbs or whether it's medications, is going to have a reverse spin, a counterclockwise spin, which will create a micro or maybe a nano rejection process within the body. Now that may take 20 some odd years to be able to manifest itself, but it will manifest itself. So I think the closer we get to a food source for anything that we're doing, especially omega-3, since we know how it affects our consciousness and our human physiology and our depression, bipolar disease, immune system, very important to get as close to a natural source as possible.
So, Doctor, the fatty acids that are most important are the polyunsaturated ones?
Yes.
And that is mainly because the cell membranes are made of lipids?
Well, it's not as easy to say as it's just the cell membrane. The cell membrane is a communication system with the connective tissue, which is made of liquid crystalline. Dr. Maye Ho did the seminal work at Oxford on proving that our connective tissue is liquid crystalline. It also has to do with the explanation of our neural network, and that neurons are functioning in an electrical fashion, in an electromagnetic fashion, and that when they become chemically electric, that solution includes lipids. And it's very important that they not be deficient. Otherwise, the spin, the vortex of information back and forth becomes less than symmetrical. And it's the lack of symmetry that now in these papers, in my paper, in Dr. Yu's paper, we can prove that has a relationship with bipolar disease and major depressive disorder. I also think that the lack of symmetry is going to have an effect on things like schizophrenia as well.
So, Doctor, when you work with patients, do you work with them in a psychiatric environment of speaking to them, or it's more holistic? You deal with the...
I like the word holistic rather than psychiatric or even psychological, because then we get into these turf areas. One of the things that somebody that asked me, what am I known for? Other doctors that asked me. And I said, well, when a patient walks into my office, I ask myself, where did that patient lose their way? In other words, when in their life did that particular patient decide that they were going through the motions of life? Their dreams were no longer things that were going to occur. Their consciousness was stagnant. I must get that patient back to that point where they lost their way before I can even refer them to another doctor that's going to do a great job or intervene in some way myself, naturally. It's the single most important thing that every physician that I could influence must ask themselves when a patient is delivered to them by the universe, by God, whatever.
So, Doctor, by changing somebody's mind frame, you can change them organically?
Of course. Of course. You know, how is somebody that has a fight-flight mechanism that goes back, say, to 10 or 11 years old, going to change unless we change the way they think? If you change the way they think, they change the way they act. Why would they do Tai Chi? Why would they do yoga? Why would they eat better? Why would they lose weight? Unless we change the way that they think.